Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world beyond magic and miracles and the world of everything. Happy New Year to each of you. We send that out from the Advancement Center, and I send it out from myself. This is another one of those days where the whole world stops and acknowledges a feeling, even though it's on different timelines. But it is a consciousness that is beyond an individual, that the world acknowledges and experiences a similar feeling of joy, excitement, anticipation, and just a general feeling of celebration. It is for a purpose, and it is significant when it happens. I stayed here last night at the house because I work near the house, and it was easy for me to come here and celebrate with Barbara and Robert and Genya, and then spend the night. So eliminated quite a bit of travel. But we had a lovely evening, and I'm sure wherever you were, you acknowledged the coming of the new year with some celebration, hopefully some shenanigans, and a beverage or two. It was funny when I walked out of the house around 9 o'clock last night, which would have been midnight on the East Coast, right after they would have been saying Happy New Year. I felt a calm as I walked out the door to go to my car, and a breeze from the air that was delivered to get my attention. It was an acknowledgement of the new. And we went on to enjoy our dinner and hang out in different phases until midnight California time. I want to speak a little bit about our journey that we all are on and all have been on for many lifetimes, and how they're all so perfect. They're all given to you for the purpose of arriving at your final destination, which you never really get to. But in the process, your destiny unfolds, and you deliver what you were designed to deliver. I feel like the many journeys that we all are on uniquely are the thing that unites us. Unfortunately, it is also the thing that separates us. And it's only because you might not be able to see someone else's journey. And there may be limited patience. I remember when I was young, a young man, and growing up in a family, and our family supported one specific sports team. And I joined that support. But you become a fan of something that takes you down a road that it's not bad or good, it's just a road. It's not right or wrong. You maybe start to buy the paraphernalia of the team, go to the games, watch every game on TV. And there's people all around you who may have a similar interest. And then there are people who might be wondering, why are you doing that? It's just a game. What's the big deal? And you can't move until you can move. And you may pass that on to your children. And that could be in the world of finance, where it's money, or the world of health, or the world of politics. You may be following your path, your journey, and you're actually teaching them to follow theirs by doing what comes to you. And in the end, it leads you to right here. Whether you're listening to me now or in the future, you were led here through many turns and twists. And when we say, I can't believe someone else isn't seeing this, we forget again that we were that someone. And we don't allow their journey to be their journey, their turns to be their turns. And unless you're my grandson Isaiah's age, 1, you've made a lot of turns. Left, right, left. Miles and miles and miles of turns, of roads followed to lead you here. And there was a moment when I saw that I was eternal. Was precipitated by my brother's death. And then the games of sport became unnecessary. And I saw them for what they were. And then I began to see myself as spirit. But that's another world that you can then turn around and say, you're not where I am. And it takes however long it takes for you to let even what you think is spiritual go. My daughter, who said to me 5 years ago, Dad, you changed some of what you were saying. And I said, yeah, I did. I said, I had to let some of that go. Sorry it impacted you. And I said, it's an ever expanding journey. So no one can be held to a fixed standard. And all of us, unless we weren't born here, have made those turns. And yet they led us here. And then there's more. So you can only look to each person, offer them a hand, and remember that you may have spent 10 years in a false belief, 20 years as a sports fan, 30 years believing that you had something wrong with you, that your body had a problem. And then you were led to light. And the light is only light when it is filled with love. When it is filled with an awareness that is so big that sees all the beauty behind all the turns, that is so graceful, so gentle. We speak of the new world, but the trees behind me and the flowers are gentle and graceful. The rock is gentle and graceful. The wind is peaceful. It's the human that must become new. And that's what today is, a new day for humanity. It's the human that has to become aware of the magnificent journey of 1,000 lifetimes where every step, every moment, every word produces growth. That's my friend, change. That new human will be led by their true essence, their spirit, and they will see everyone not as being wrong, not as not being awake, but as divine. That job, that work that we came to do is done. We have held the fields open so the light could come through. And it has come through. It's like walking your son or daughter across the street, holding their hand when they're 5 years old, because they don't understand the traffic. And then when they become older at some point, they have the knowing, they have the understanding. And even though you may have to remind them, it's been delivered. And when it's been delivered, the energy that was required to hold it so that it could be delivered can release. And that purpose is fulfilled. And you are free to enjoy your life, however that may be. So the knowing of do unto others as they do unto you of unconditional love, of grace, has been delivered. And the new human will display these characteristics in spades. And they will disappear from the view of those that aren't ready. Not disappear, just from the view. And they will pop in and out. As they enjoy their life. And of course, there are many parts to this new human. This is just my part. And so, whatever your part is, you will lead from the front and you will lead from the rear. And you will lead not to produce followers, but lead because that's all you know how to do. When Jesus came, he blazed a trail, and he never wanted anyone to follow him. He wanted us to lead. And he gave us what we needed to do to lead. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Love one another. As I sat here before the broadcast started, I heard myself wanting to speak before the broadcast started as I looked at my face. I could feel the being who was my essence coming forward. That was a little new. Give space for the journey. Give everyone space to come into the light. Let them find their way as is perfect for them. No two will come into the light the exact same way. It is natural to share your excitement of a realization or the spiritual relevance of a piece of music or a written masterpiece, but know that it might fall on deaf ears, not always because of resistance, but because they must hear or read or see something that is perfect for them at just the perfect time, which is exactly how it happened to you. Even when you think that the reality that you know to be true is so evident that anyone should be able to see it, remember that there was a time in your life when someone might have been saying the same about you. Without this awareness, you can only deliver the false reality of a hierarchical system. With this awareness, you will deliver a truth that is full of caring, empathy, compassion, and love. And if it is not recognized or received, you will know that it's because they were not ready or that they chose not to. Either way, it will have nothing to do with you, and actually neither does the outcome. This is the state of unconditional love, our true nature that we are remembering more every day. And it is the nature that resides in each person, for it is the nature of God. Many times It is those who claim to be spiritual who have fallen the furthest from this nature because they have received so much information about their personal ascension, which creates a standard and a natural sense of comparison. When there is no sense of a standard or a point of completion, you begin to realize that everyone is on the same journey and that each has been unconditionally loved with a patience that is beyond understanding. For it is written, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep. So when he sees the wolf coming, he abandons the sheep and runs away. Then the wolf attacks the flock and scatters it. The man runs away because he is a hired hand and cares nothing for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep and my sheep know me, just as the Father knows me and I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that are not of the sheep pen. I must bring them in also. They too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock. The reason my Father loves me is that I lay down my life only to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. This command I received from my Father. Unquote. Every word, every sound, every sight, and every feeling is a part of the greatest adventure of becoming fully spirit in a human form. May you approach this journey with the security of the words of the Lord. And may you welcome every delivery, whether so-called good or bad, with reverence and awe, for every morsel has been delivered by the divine. I was walking through the house this morning right before the broadcast, and I saw this picture, which has been at the house for over a year now. Barbara took this picture of the clouds above the house one day, not fully seeing it until they both looked at it sometime later. And many of you have seen it, but I wanted to share it again. That is how we're looked after. Allow everyone space. Our own journey is enough. It's incredible. It's filled with so much. And yet the love that says you never did anything wrong. See everyone as you see yourself. Thank you for being here today. Enjoy this day, the first of a new year. And love yourself and fly. I wish you a perfect life and an incredibly magical journey. Thank you.